here I am going live again. I'll probably take the other one off, and I apologize that I was oriented and it was hard to follow. So let me do a quick one again. I'm Nancy Burt-Preece. I'm doing this for my Facebook and my YouTube channel. Today is free shipping, September 18th, on orders of 75 or more. So if you don't have a demonstrator, please contact me. So let me show you how to make this card. I am going to use a piece of copper clay, and I made two of them, which is I like the second one better, but we'll talk about that. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I used the leaf embossing folder, and I went ahead and embossed a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of copper clay. And I didn't trim it. Boy, I'm having a day, let me tell you. Let me just trim it up so it's 5 1/4. There we go. And put that right there. Now let me show you some of the pieces and parts I'm using. I'm using iconic imagery, which I love because it has lots of sayings, so that's a really nice one. I am using Scenic Pumpkin Patch because it's just too pretty. And I just love this time of year. And if you have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, make sure you get dies with lots of shapes. This is called Stylish Shapes. You can see it's loved and used. And that's where I'm taking the circle and this grateful from. So those are really handy to have. So I've already put this on. I'm going to move it to the side, and I'm going to create my scene. The first thing I did, and you don't have to do it in this order, is I did the fence in Early Espresso, kind of in the middle, maybe a little bit towards the top. Then I put a mask, which I made just by stamping it on a Post-it note. And I got my pumpkins. And the first time I did it where one pumpkin was right in a fence. So this time I'm going to try to do it so the pumpkins are not right in the fence. We'll see. That seems to work. We'll have to find out. Then I'm going to take the ground. I love when you have stamps that have lots of images to play with. So the first time I'm going to go straight, and the second time I'm going to stamp off and maybe just add a little bit. I'm not going to put it to the side, although I don't mind it, but I'm going to see this one not to the side, and we'll see if we like it better. I'm going to take the mask off, and I'm going to use this little tiny little thing, which is the top of the pumpkin. And it's okay, that one, I could put a top on that pumpkin. Well, I don't know if I like the top of the pumpkin because the pumpkin doesn't come out. How would you fix that? So there's a couple of different ways. You could come back through and see if you can line it up, which I'll try. I did it. That's awesome. You got a little bit more orange there, and it just adds enough. Now, the last thing I'm going to do for this one is add some birds, which this is all in that same set. Isn't that great? It really adds to your card. And of course, I like having a piece on a piece. I don't know, it just seems to, first of all, it adds a little bit of depth to it, gives you a little bit of oomph, but it also makes it look kind of cool. But I'm wondering, before I actually, of course, I already got some glue on there, but I think I am going to add a little bit of ground over here. It just seems like it needs something because it's just white. Now, this one I stamped the pumpkins over a lot, but this one I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And I'm looking for my iconic imagery. I'm going to get the Grateful stamp. And I'm going to put that. How do you mount these? One person showed they put the Grateful down and they put the block on top. That way you don't get it kind of moving around. It's a little bit easier. Now these two I've done in copper clay, so I think I will stick with that. I do like that. I have cut this image out with the stylish shapes. And the last thing I'm going to do, besides go back and get all of these stamp pads closed, is I'm just going to add a couple of dimensionals just to pop up the Grateful. I'm not going to do the inside, but I will show you what I did. And what I did is I just put some pumpkins. The reason I haven't put anything specific, sometimes I like to have some cards where I might want to send it for Thanksgiving. I might want to send it for I'm really thinking of you. I might want to send it for lots of different things. So I leave them kind of blank. So that's what I'm doing on this card. And it's just a fun card. And I hope that you give it a try. That Scenic Pumpkins is just really fun to make a scene with and just do whatever it is you choose. So a simple card, it does have some depth to it. It has some embossing and some die cutting, but it's really easy. As you can just see, I made a whole bunch of them very quickly. So sorry about the first video that was oriented wrong. So I hope this one is better. Have a great day.